Cena! I really don't know if that went in or not, but if it did, it's pretty cool. One interesting thing about me that you guys might not know is that I'm one of the greatest box fort builders on this planet. Let that sink in. Now, if you don't know what a box fort is, it's pretty simple. It's a cardboard box that you turn into a fort. And I'm not joking. I do think I may have built some of the best box forts in the world. If you can think of a fort, we've done it. We've made floating box forts. We've made underground box forts. We've made forts that have gone to outer space. We've even made a music video about box forts that got over 20 million views. I think it is safe to say Papa Jake and Logan are the two best box fort builders in the world. I probably need to humble myself a little bit right now. Obviously, there are other great box fort builders on this planet. However, I'm here today to make a video about how to build a box fort. A lot of you have left comments over the years.
How do I build a box fort?
As one of the great masters of building box forts, I'm here today to show you exactly how to make your very own awesome box fort. Now, of course, if you're brand new to the channel and you don't want to miss another video, consider hitting the subscribe button. So here are the 5 things you guys need to know in order to build your box forts. So I got my guy Jake here, who's probably one of the best box fort builders in the world.
I invented box fort building back in the day. You can see that me and Logan were building box forts since we were little tiny babies.
That's right, that's right. I want to know, what is the first thing you need to know when you're building a box fort?
First thing you need to know is where you're gonna get that cardboard. So there's 2 different things you need to know. Obviously, in our videos, we make huge box forts the size of buildings, and all that cardboard we get is shipped directly to our house. But if you're at home watching this, you probably don't have nice, perfect, flat slabs of cardboard. In fact, you're probably gonna be using cardboard that you find in the garbage. Wah, wah, wah sound. That's why I'm gonna be teaching you how to build your very own box fort with cardboard you can find around the house, while Logan teaches you how to build a more advanced cardboard box fort with cardboard you can get from the store.
The second thing you will need is tape. The more tape, the better, and the more colorful, the better.
Tape is something that you're gonna need no matter what kind of box fort you're building. You can get some duct tape from your local hardware store, or you can get some dollar store duct tape. The only thing I wouldn't suggest is using Scotch tape, because we tried that once and it went horribly, horribly wrong.
Okay, we've got our area where we're gonna be building the fort. The third thing you need when you're building a box fort is your floor plan. So we're gonna grab our cardboard, make the floor, figure out the walls.
Alright guys, so now you're on with the Papa J cam, and we are gonna be heading into the garage, because that's where we're gonna be finding our cardboard. Now, obviously, we make a lot of box forts, so we have a lot of, you know, old cardboard. But for the purpose of this video, I am only going to be taking cardboard that was at first some form of something. Your parents get a brand new washing machine or a brand new fridge, then you get a lot of cardboard. I'm gonna gather up my cardboard and resources, and once we've got a good enough amount of cardboard, I'll show you the next step. Alright guys, so we are now back in the Nerf room, and I have gone ahead and scavenged as much garbage as I can possibly find. I might have to go back to the garbage and grab some more, but for the sake of this, we're gonna start with what we got. Unfortunately, we didn't have any super big boxes. That's normally how I would start this build, is I'd use like a ginormous Amazon box or something like that, but this should be good enough to get us started. And don't forget guys, you can use other stuff like blankets or tables, really anything around your house to make your fort as awesome as possible. One of the things I love about building with used cardboard is oftentimes you'll get a really unique and cool looking box fort, and you'll be able to use items in ways you never thought you could.
So now we've got our floor plan. It's gonna be a very simple 1x1 box fort, and we're pretty much gonna fold all of the walls up like a piece of origami. All right, we've got our 4 walls. Box fort's looking pretty good so far. Now we're gonna make our front door. That may have been a little too small for me to get through, so note to all of you, make the doors big enough that you can fit through.
I found this yellow slab of, I don't really know what it is, but this is gonna be the base of our house. We're gonna go for a simple house here. This slab has this thing on it. I don't know what it is, but it's a piece of plastic, and I think I'm gonna use this as a bubble window on the side of the fort. And there we go. Now we got a nice little bubble thing that could either be a hat, or not a hat, or it bubble window. If you're an expert box fort builder, you might be using a box cutting knife, but these things are really, really sharp. So I would highly recommend, if you're starting out, don't use one of these. All you actually need is a butter knife. If you use a butter knife, you can still cut through boxes. You just gotta kind of saw them, and then you don't have to worry about hurting yourself.
Okay, so now we're inside the box fort. We're gonna tape up the walls so they're secure. That's another part about box fort building. You wanna make sure everything is secure and it's not just gonna fall over or collapse. Got the basic structure of our box fort down. Now we're gonna add the roof. Thinking we add a nice slanted roof, like a classic house. Now with the box cutter, just gonna make some slight adjustments, make it look pretty. Got the roof. Ooh! Look at that. We have this cool little detail here that I think it's really cool. But the slanted roof is looking like a home.
We are almost done here, and as you can see, because I used garbage, my box fort not only looks really cool, because it's got like a custom paint job on the outside, but the inside is looking awesome as well. A couple things I want to note though, which Logan will probably go over in his more advanced tutorial, but if you can see here, make sure when you're connecting the walls, you always want to, of course, tape them. Do not forget, at the bottom, you need to make like a 90-degree angle tape job that goes all the way around your box fort, so it keeps the walls from pulling out. Another thing is, if you're going to be using garbage boxes, which are probably not in the best shape or form, you're going to have a lot of places that are all cracked up and maybe need some repairs, and that's where your tape comes in. So there's actually an entire hole missing here, but I just went ahead and taped it so you can't even tell there's a hole. And this box had like slits down the side here, so I just went and reinforced these with tape. Basically, if anything goes wrong, duct tape is the answer. But I also noticed I have these little peepholes, which are pretty cool. So I mean, you could cover these up, or you could use them as like shooting holes if you want to bring a Nerf blaster in here. You can add any sort of accessories you want, and if you guys like these videos on Logan's Land, let us know in the comments, because maybe we'll do more advanced videos, like how to build a box fort lock, how to build a working box fort toilet, or even better, a box fort car that you can actually drive. Now, a couple cool things to note. I did install the window here, which you can see out of, but obviously it's plastic, so if you were in a Nerf battle or something, no one's gonna be able to shoot in there.
So next box fort building tip I got for you. If you are gonna be making windows and using a box cutter, before you make your windows, make them in tape. We've got our window like so. Time to cut it up. Boom! And we got our window. The walls, the windows, the door. It's time to do some work on the inside. When you're sitting in your cozy box fort, you're gonna need lights, maybe a pillow or a blanket. Make it comfortable. Something that's fun so you can amuse yourself.
And we have our little talking station over here, so you can talk through here if you want to be like, hey, who's there? The door opens like so. And then inside the fort, it's pretty basic, but we do have a table. I used an old box as a table. And then you get the really cool window view that you can look out and see everyone coming towards your fort. A box fort doesn't necessarily mean that the whole thing has to be built out of box. So what I'm gonna do is use a sleeping bag. Now, depending on the material and how you actually put the roof on, you might want to tape it down. We still have the ability to come on over here to the door. You look how bright that is. It's like a sunlight. That is crazy. So you can see out the bubble window. We got the roof above our heads, and then obviously we've got our little peepee hole that we can look out and see if anyone's coming, and our talking thing so we can talk to them if they do come. If you get more cardboard, expand on. Open up another part to the fort. Keep adding on, adding different areas, and the more you use, the more you build, the more ideas you'll have in your head.
Jake, the fort's looking good.
I've shown everyone how to make their very own box fort using stuff you can find around the house. In fact, this fort was completely free minus one roll of tape.
These Nerf gun boxes, Jake, these Nerf guns are expensive.
Well, yeah, you'd have to spend at least $800 in Nerf guns to get the cardboard, but once you got the cardboard, it's free to build your own fort.
Check it out, Jake. We got our simple, basic beginner box fort. Well, this is a bit more advanced.
Well, you definitely need to buy the cardboard, Logan. My cardboard was not this strong. Mine had garbage on it.
This is a beautiful house.
It's a great beginner box fort. You got a nice roof. If it rains, the water will fall right off.
You come inside, check it out. Ooh, check it out. We got the Xbox, the gaming setup.
LEDs.
Welcome into my home, Jake.
That's pretty cool. You got a lot of comfy stuff. I mean, yeah, this is pretty awesome for a beginner box sport.
We're sitting in some pillows. The only thing we're missing is snacks. Well, there you have it. 5 ways to make a simple box fort. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to smack that like button. Go out into the world, go out into your homes, find some cardboard, build a box fort. Anyways, this is my box fort. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.